Hello, this is Sam Simon for February 21st, 2024, and I'm joining you today, or you're joining me, essentially backstage after my performance of Dementia Man for the Bethesda Baptist congregation in Washington, D.C., sponsored by Sibley Senior Association. I have to say, it was quite an experience for me for lots of reasons. Performing in a sanctuary is always soft and meaningful. Also, this is the first time I had an exclusively African American audience. The church is located in Washington, D.C. The experience for me was emotional, meaningful, and among many other things, I learned something new, or I had a new personal awareness. A lot of the discussion after the show was about the question of when to tell there's something really wrong and how do you find out, as opposed to normal aging. A number of the people in the audience were in their mid to late 80s, and there was a woman who was 91. And she stood up and said, "How do I know if I have Alzheimer's or if I'm just 91?" And it invited a really robust conversation. What was interesting for me is that one of the representatives from the Sibley Association made a comment that was, for me, an aha. But let me back up for a second. We're talking about how to decide, am I just getting older? Is there something wrong? And once again, as I encourage anybody who might listen to this, if you ever have questions and concerns about your memory or cognition, see a doctor, see your internist or a specialist, a neurologist. You won't know until you get checked out. And if you are diagnosed early or your issue is found early, there is a much higher likelihood that you will be able to endure your journey, or I hesitate to use the word cured because it may not be curable, yet it may be slowed or made more bearable or less severe if you get diagnosed early. And there are more and more new drugs coming out that if you can find out early, you have whether it's Alzheimer's or Lewy body or any other kind of dementia, you can find that out early. The earlier you can begin to address it, the more likely that you're able to slow down, even if you can't cure, and come up with strategies to make your life full and meaningful, even with these diseases. There was one little tidbit of new information for me. Somebody from the Sibley Hospital Association made the comment about what's different between what might be normal and something indicating maybe it's an issue, a medical issue. And the example was, if you are doing something and forget, that's be typical. Maybe you forget why you walked into a room, or why you or where you put your keys. And she said, if you can retrace your steps to that point, say, all right, I forgot. Walked into the closet. Now, why did I walk into this closet? You walk out and you see the frying pan. Say, oh, I was looking for grease. Or I was looking for some potatoes. But if you can't remember, if you can't retrace that step, you forgot what you were doing beforehand, then it might be something to really check out. So what it did for me was remind me Mine is typical. What did I do with the keys? Where did I leave my keys? Where did I leave my wallet? And that, I'm sure if you're listening to this is, oh, I do that too. And we should have a song, oh, I do that too. Maybe not like I do though. No, I'm just teasing. But there is this, oh, I do that too. What was different for me that I don't think I understood until today was that I couldn't retrace my steps. That the real indicator that this wasn't normal was my inability to retrace my steps. And that's still the case. I can't find something. And I say, well, all right, what was I doing just before this? Or where did I go since I got home? I have no memory of it. I have no memory of that. I can't retrace or recreate that. Now, our solution is we have rituals. All keys go in this basket. All wallets go in that basket. And it works. It helps. It's not perfect. But the difference being not able to recreate what got me into this situation or what I was doing before I put my wallet away or that sort of thing. So there you go. That was my hint that I got from my audience today. And I'm hoping you're having a good memory day or cognitive day. And take a look at our website and our calendar. I'm going to be in Cleveland and, next week. Then later, I'm going to be in Florida. I'm going to be in Los Alamos, New Mexico, El Paso, Texas. I'm not, so I can come to your, oh, I'm going to be in Long Island again. So I can be in your community. Bring Dementia Man to your theater in your community, to a hospital theater, to a church or synagogue. Many of them have memory programs and care programs, and everybody today is interested in uh, memory. The baby boomer generation, us, I'm technically 1 year before that, and our children are all experiencing this aging out and the impact of memory. You don't have to be old to have a memory problem. The older you get, the more likely it is, and the less we know. We need to learn more about how to measure and what to do, measure our loss or our changes, and to know what to do. And Dementia Man, an existential journey, is a conversation starter and an invitation to begin learning about that. So I have to go. They're calling me. Well, I hope to give you a review next week about my trip to Cleveland and all that I have learned. I hear I'm going to be having a number of people from the Cleveland Clinic in my audience, so I'm really looking forward to this.